Hello friends and followers, this is UFO case number 2809 of January 2018. Already the year's going fast. This episode I'm going to talk about Section 51, who put up CGI UFO emanations. All images and content was found publicly, and under fair use I can report my research findings on this subject. Section 51 has two websites. The first one got limited due to copyright action. After 3 or 2 strikes, it limits what you can upload. And then they created this other one called Section 51 version 2, which really shouldn't be allowed, but Google hasn't clamped down on it, obviously. And you can see here Section 51 is still getting 4 new subs a day and generated quite a fair bit of views before it was taken down. So they got 24 uploads and almost 800,000 views. Now, roughly $2 per 1,000 views because of ad blocker means they would have made about $400 to $2,000. If they were 10 minutes or longer, they could have had 3 ads or more in the videos. So to be taken down after 24 videos is pretty shocking. They were using other people's videos and adding UFOs into it as emanations and tricking people that they're real UFOs. Initially they labelled their site as Science and Technology, and 6 months ago they rebadged the site as Film and Emanation. I will cover more on this later. And the site's still generating them an income even though they're not adding files to this one. So they're still making about $20 a month revenue. As a raw thumb, you half what you see there due to ad blocker, and it gives you a ballpark figure. Now obviously they got the site back. Once you don't break the rules or get any more complaints or copyright strikes, if you hit 3 it gets deleted completely. But if you only got 2, it gradually releases those strikes against your account and it becomes back to normal again. So you sort of have a grace period of so many months before Google removes the strikes. And clearly they've created another account and weren't uploading new stuff to it, so it wasn't going to get any more new strikes, was it? So yeah, it's back to normal now. And they just carried on making the new site up and directing people there from their website to the new account, and also Twitter and of course and other social medias to advertise it that they have moved. The usual thing they say is they were shut down by secret government or men in black. They make up some BS story, of course, and of course UFO people out there are so open to suggestion like that they believe these tuber channels, unfortunately, even though they're lying to them. So having a look at the stats on their new channel, Section 51 version 2, it says they've almost got 57 million views. Wow. And they've only been operating for 2 years, 3 years, no, let's see, that makes it 2005, 2 years. So and they've done 247 uploads there. I don't know if they uploaded the same ones on the other channel, they probably didn't. And they've almost got 126,000 followers, so that's not a bad income they're earning there. About 8,000 to 10,000 a month, I'd say. That equates to a good nice income. of 80,000 a year American, which in anyone's book is a good income just for running a YouTube channel and not having to do much work. But from CGI some UFOs into someone's footage, like military footage or scenery footage, which I'll cover more in a minute. So yeah, and what are they getting for sign-ups? And they're averaging about 300 new sign-ups a day, which is just damn amazing considering, if just look at that thumbnail there, you can see it's computer generated fake UFO following a helicopter. So assuming they had 3 ads or 4 ads per video, 57 million works out to about 200,000 US dollars they've earned from the channel in 2 years. So it averages about 100,000 US a year. Not bad. That's equivalent to 200,000 my money a year, and the average wage here is about 32,000 a month. So they're earning 4 or 5 times an average wage in my country. As you can see why they do it. So I'll just show a small clip from one of their famous videos that seems to sucker most people when they see it. And it appears to be a UFO that drops bombs somewhere in Afghanistan. And here's the original war footage from Afghanistan. Correction, it's actually Iraq. You can see they tried to hide it by flipping the image horizontally and also zooming in closer to the tank view. I don't include the sound, but you can hear a jet fly low down before dropping bombs, and clearly you can see there's no UFO flying slowly along before releasing bombs. I don't think a UFO would be flying that low and that slow when it's in range of a military base that's firing at tanks as well as aircraft. It gets shot down. So let's have a look at their channel now. The first thing you should always do when you check out a channel is go to the About tab and see what they are about and any possible disclaimers, as well as reading the description of videos to see what it says there, because it may say that it's not a real UFO. A lot of people don't do that. Probably 99% of people don't read the description or the About tab. So what does it say here? Exclusive UFO footage from all over the world. Now clearly it's not. It's artificially created footage. So that sentence is incorrect straight away. Now it's got a disclaimer. Now that's new. That's been added on since the last 6 months, as I was talking about earlier. These videos are for entertainment purposes only. We cannot authenticate all videos. Viewers are free to make their own conclusions. Now it's a bit strange that they should put that there, considering they've listed their site as film and animation. Fair use, and it's got blah 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 about copyright. So they're trying to cover themselves, saying they're allowed to use other people's material under fair use, in which case it's not, because they've taken the original video and modifying it with the fake UFO, which the original film person may not agree with them doing that, because they're not really transforming it into their own work. They're just adding a little bit of UFO footage over top. Any attempt to misuse copyright to intimidate, harass or censor videos or its authors will be rigorously defended. Haters, bullies and mean trolls will be banned and blocked. That's because other debunkers have tried to report their videos as breaking copyright to try and have the site deleted or have the videos removed. So now let's have a look at all their videos going back 6 months to do a review on them and to read out some of the stuff that people have been saying about each of them and have a laugh at what they're trying to propose as a UFO or some other sort of creature. So let's have a look at their latest video. Well, it actually turns out to be yesterday's one. You can see here by the opening credits that they're trying to make it that it's a real sighting and a location. And there's no disclaimer here saying it's film and animation actually on the video. But there is listed as such on the description. To me, that's not good enough. They need to have the disclaimer in the front of the video as well, saying this is not real but a animated UFO. Because having a read of the comments at the bottom here, people really are suckered in by this first one here, and that was only a few days old. So it's just not good enough. It's clearly misleading people, and it's a type of action a fraudster does. So they can put up something there to have lots of clicks from people thinking it's real footage. So the next video is huge UFO intercepted, and again it's listed as emanation, and users are asking if it's real. Someone says here it's not intercepted but escorted, so they actually believe the video. If you watch the video, it's got this unusual movement. It doesn't look realistic at all. It's probably the worst fake UFO CGI they've done. As you can see by looking at the thumbnails, that they like a lot of military videos and troops. And you can see that obviously superficial UFOs added, upside down pyramids, large CGI Hollywood style UFOs are super clear and look really fake, like for an old B-grade sci-fi movie. And the next one, same again, another B-grade UFO looking thing. That's the sort of thing you'd expect the third phase on the moon guys to have up. It's so fake, it's so clear, fake CGI. They will keep putting it up for the clicks and the ad views. Now this one is listed as science and technology and not emanation this time, and that one is clear fake. And that's the last one that was listed as science and technology. The one after it was relabeled as emanation. Now they changed it back then, for what reason I don't know, but I suspect the debunkers and haters were getting onto them and they're afraid that their channel would be deleted for fake news or something like that, or fraud. Now if they list it as entertainment, they can say it's just for laughs and not serious, but that doesn't cut it, because they haven't removed all these ones that are labelled otherwise, which are clearly fakes as well. And of course we've already talked about they don't list its entertainment in the credits of or intro of the video itself, and they don't clearly say it's a forgery using computer graphic emanation. And if they did that and kept it as entertainment and list each video as emanation and state it in the video header, they would be probably safe. But still, as it stands, they have a lot of garbage up on their channel. Now I'm saying they because in the About tab, as you remember, they talked about we, the royal we. Didn't say I or a person's name. They are clearly running a anonymous channel for good reason, because of putting up forgery UFO sightings, or were, until they relabeled it entertainment and listed it as emanation. But they still need to do that header on the videos to really nail it home to people that don't read the description, and they would be left alone by the debunkers and haters out there if they did. Look how stupid this one is. A large ant attacking troops in the Middle East, Iraq or Afghanistan. Yeah, it's just like a B-grade sci-fi movie, and people are saying, are these real? How stupid do you have to be? It's so funny. And just have a look at some of these other UFOs. So this is crazy designs. They clearly spend a bit of time creating these artificial 3D UFOs. If they were honest from the beginning and were saying these are our latest UFO design or spaceship, I'm sure they would get approached by some movie or homemade movie production that wants to have some skilled animation artist do their UFOs or spaceships for their sci-fi movie. But they've gone down the greedy track. They've seen how easy it is to defraud people and earn lots of ad money, just like Secure Team 10 has done. He created fake leaker voices, as I've shown you, and also made CGI UFOs himself using car parts or just Photoshop. And they actually are doing a better job than what he did. So yeah. And then you got the brothers, a third phase of the Moon Brothers, putting up their CGI rubbish. So as obviously they saw how much that money they're making and decided they should be able to do the same. But it's really the wrong road to take when they should be just being honest. So now let's have a look at what other debunkers have been saying about this channel. And the main one here is Scott Brando from UFO of Interest. And also we got Constantine from UFO Theatre, also exposes hoaxes and fraud sites in the UFO field. As you can see, he's got the original video that's found and shows their one with the UFO fake added over top of the original video, so it's not real-time footage. And he's got hundreds of these, probably one for every video on their channel almost. Here's just a selection. And also they managed to get his debunked videos taken down because he used some of their footage from their video, which is just lame because it comes under fair use. It would fall under news report or commentary or even review. So Google staff member there stuffed up, I think, and I'm not sure if he got it returned back to him or not. But he did say here that he didn't want to counteract because he had to give his full name and address, and he doesn't want the hoaxers to know his location. This is why a lot of people get PO boxes, so it doesn't have their home address. Now here's the interesting bit. They tried to find out who runs the website, the name behind the anonymous figure. As you can read here, Scott Brando looked at the records associated with the website, not the YouTube channel because you can't do it, but the actual website has to be hosted and you have to provide a proper ownership name for legal reasons, in case you need to be prosecuted by criminal justice. Basically, he found the name on the Whois records, which was this Gene guy, and he then did a Google search and found a couple of guys with a similar name, but they had a middle initial, and presto, it says they are CGI FX experts for making for movies and also graphic artists for doing cartoon illustrations and logos and that sort of stuff. So Scott said one of the brothers here is a prime suspect because also on his Twitter he had followed Section 51 from his personal account, and at first said what's section 51, where clearly he must have known because he added them as a friend on his Twitter. And also they found that his personal website was hosted and registered with the same company that the section 51 website is done with. And also some of the posts were in French because the guy is French, and also both websites are hosted in France. So a lot of things started matching up to be that guy, and later the WHOIS record got changed from his name to a domain name instead, which is illegal, and I'll talk about that more in a minute when I actually go through and try and validate things, and also see if I can find out some extra information which could prove it's him. Of course we can never be 100% sure it's him, but he's tried to force his hand to get his photo removed and his business website removed, saying it's not him. But he hasn't challenged them to remove all the details, which to me suggests that he has some guilt, or he's working with someone that runs the site or helps run the site, or knows more than he's letting on. And it's alright to report on it, but not to say that it's really him that owns the site until it can be proven 100%, of course. It's a shame that Google doesn't provide at least the first name of the website in the About tab, or at least say they have been verified, and give at least a location, like a suburb they live in the About tab. Something that just gives them some information but doesn't give away their identity, and it would prove more that it's him. Only people that send him money would really know his address and his full name, of course, and of course they would have his tax number so they can pay tax, so it would be verified. You have to verify. Now the fun part, I tried to verify those other guys' findings and to see if I could find out any more information that could pin it, and see if they slipped up and exposed their real identity. And this is what I found out, is they changed the web name, which is illegal, to some fictitious name like UFO section 51, instead of having their first and last name. So I did my civic duty and reported it to ICANN, and it should be updated back to a real person's name, or ICANN could disable the domain name. So we'll see what happens. So yeah, looks like the 1st of May they changed it, and that would have been after these guys exposed the person in the month of January, and then it sort of got picked up by many other people and was talked about on forums and blogs, and also they put up his photo and didn't care about him demanding it to be taken down. And so it's all out there now, and it's over lots of different places, and once the cat's out the bag it's hard to put it back in, obviously. And so to me that is suspicious that it got changed soon after, which kind of suggests it is him and he's trying to cover up the loose ends that he didn't think about. So next I used the first and last name from the WHOIS database for his section 51 website, and Google returned 2 names, and both of them are brothers, and they're listed on the Internet Movie Database, and it gives a lot of details and the movies they worked on different projects, and it says they're CGI FX experts. So that verifies that part. That sort of makes them prime targets to be the same person because all the videos are CGI. But it's not 100%, of course. But what's interesting, if you look at the last big project they worked on was in 2014, and Section 51 YouTube channel was started at that same time, at the end of 2014 to now. So perhaps they run out of money and things to do and saw it as another way to get revenue income. Now whether it's one person or a team of people that's managing the website, or brothers like the Third Face of the Moon brothers, this might be another couple of brothers that are running a YouTube channel. But it's all guesswork and not 100% of course, so we can't say that. All we can do is present the information like it's a court case to a jury, and it's up to the jury to look at all the different facts and decide whether they believe if it's these people or not. There were a couple of links from the movie database that linked to his personal website, and also here I found a photograph with the two brothers promoting their comic graphic artist movie studio that they work together with. So that's the kind of information you can follow image from image and link it all together. Again, they might not be the people responsible for Section 51. I'm just showcasing what I found through the searching. I also did a search on images and sci-fi with his name, because he does comics and he's also into military, and these are some of the cartoons and illustrations that he does, found in the Google images. And he's obviously quite talented, and sells his comic book, I guess, from the images. So yeah, this is all public ones that Google found. So what new findings did I find out? Now what is interesting, this search result here says he's working on a couple of internet projects. Now I know he's got his own website which links to his YouTube account. That's probably one project, so could the other project be Section 51? That's a good question. So yeah, I also verified that his own personal website is listed with his name and the same hosting and registrar as Section 51 website. However, the other business websites are registered and hosted with other people, so it seems like this brother website is on the same Section 51, which kinda suggests it is him again at that point. This one nails it for me, suggesting that he works with the channel. Is because you can see he's wearing a Captain American t-shirt, and he draws Captain American a lot in his illustrations and comic conventions and all that. Haven't looked through all the images, and here's a picture. And also if you have a look at this Section 51 logo, what does it look like? It looks like a Captain American shield with the star in the middle and stars around the outside. It's just that he's sort of changed it. That's so telltale to me. What do you think on that one? I'm not too sure where Section 51 would come from, but obviously it relates to Area 51, you know, the UFO reverse engineering facility, as many suspect, and S4 of course. So could it be Section 51 equals Area 51? On his personal Facebook he lists that he likes alien sci-fi. Also a lot of his comics involve horror, and I noticed that Section 51 lists a lot of horror channels rather than sci-fis, so there's sort of a connection there. Also, since he has removed Section 51 from his following list on Twitter since it was exposed, and as you can see, also Section 51 follows Secure Team 10, and hoaxes generally watch each other or help each other out. Here's an interesting post on Reddit about Captain D Illusion. He shows how easy it is to make up videos using Adobe After Effects, the same as these other channels are doing. And there's an interesting comment here saying, it's amazing how much clout channels like Security and 10 have. They literally brainwash thousands of people into believing nonsense. So I hope you enjoyed the episode and what I presented here, and have learnt something new, and how to check out stuff for yourselves. And hit the like button on the way out, and share it on your socials to help the channel grow. And take care on the roads, everybody. Until next episode. Goodbye.